Do you remember stepping out of that dark sewer for the very first time? The sunlight hit your face and Cyrodiil stretched out before you, endless, alive, and full of adventure. It was massive, it was magical. That first feeling is unforgettable. And now it's back, not just with a quick update or lazy port. This is the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered.
Here I come. Oh, here I come.
That was a smooth lead.
Thank you.
The world we love has returned, but here's the real question. Is it a glorious comeback? Or the start of a brand new internet disaster? Write down your answer in the comments right now and let's see if we end up on the same side. What's up guys, this is Billy and welcome back to Good Game or Bad Game. Today we are diving deep into Oblivion Remastered, exploring every change, every fix, every bit of chaos, and most importantly, we will decide once and for all, is Oblivion Remastered a good game or a bad game? Let's dive in! To understand this new remaster, we have to look back. The original Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion released in 2006, it was a massive success and even winning the Game of the Year. It showed the world what an open world fantasy game could truly be. Back then, it was revolutionary because the world actually felt alive. Every NPC had their own daily routine. They eat, sleep, talk, wander, and even get into trouble on their own. It was an ambitious, almost crazy idea for its time. This system was called Radiant AI, and it gave the world incredible depth, even if it also created some hilarious chaos. We will talk about it later. When the remaster was first revealed, fans didn't even know what to call it. Was it just a simple remaster or a full remake? Virtuos, the studio behind it, had clearly rebuilt a lot. New model, new animations, all powered by Unreal Engine 5. But not everyone was happy. Some fans were furious saying they're just selling us our own nostalgia at full price. The original Oblivion was famous for its awkward potato-like NPC faces. They were goofy, yes, but also iconic. Now the new ones look highly detailed and realistic, but to some of the players, too realistic. One veteran player claimed the faces look like bad AI creation. I mean, he's not wrong. Here's a weird problem. The graphics of the remaster are objectively better, yet they have lost some of that old charming awkwardness. And that's how split the community right down in the middle. One side loves it, one commenter even said, I'm 60 hours in and I still feel like I have done nothing. But the world's still very fun. The other side's frustrated. They point out that the flaws from 2006 like the simple hack and slash combat are still there. One person just summed it up perfectly. They should have changed more. As you can see, up to this point, the world of Oblivion is divided. Nostalgia versus modernization. Which side are you on? Drop your comment and let us know whether you are a new player discovering Oblivion for the first time or an old fan coming back to relive the good old days. Alright folks, enough talk about the internet drama. Let's get into the actual game. Because the second you spawn back into Cyrodiil, wow, let me tell you, the first thing gonna hit you is the visual upgrade. Well, in our opinion, Cyrodiil has never looked this good. The forests are lush and alive, shadows are deeper, and the water finally reflects like the way you remember it. The power of Unreal Engine 5 completely transformed this world. The flat, muddy texture from 2006 are completely gone. Now walking through the Great Forest actually feels like taking a real hike through a living world. It finally looked like a modern game and honestly is kinda magical to see. Then you will also notice movement finally feels right. They have added sprinting in the remaster. In old game, running everywhere felt like crawling through mud. Now you can actually run to your next adventure without feeling your characters wearing lead boots. The third person camera's also been fixed completely, and that's when it clicks. The developer didn't just repaint the wall, they rebuilt the foundation. From how you move to how you navigate menus, finally feels smooth and modern. They have also made some smart changes under the hood. The old leveling system, the one that punished you for playing the wrong way, is completely gone. Now there's a hybrid of Oblivion and Skyrim system. Simpler, cleaner, and easier to understand. It's a huge win, especially for new players jumping in for the first time. The UI keeps that parchment style charm, but with a cleaner layout that's actually usable in 2025. And then there's the music. The moment that familiar orchestra theme plays in full, remaster clarity, it hits hard. For some fans, that alone was enough to bring tears. One player even wrote, "The moment the music hit, I knew I was home." Even the combat and magic sound effect have been redone, sharper, heavier, and far more satisfying. But what really makes Oblivion timeless is freedom. You can ignore the main quest entirely, forget the Emperor, forget the Oblivion Gate, and just go live your own story. You can become the best thief in Cyrodiil, join the Dark Brotherhood and rise as an assassin, or journey into madness itself with Shivering Isles expansion. So that's the heart of Oblivion. Not just a world that you play in, but a world that lets you live in it. Of course, even though it is a remaster game, it doesn't mean that it will be all perfect. The big issue with the game is the combat system. Sure, the animations looks better now, but the core system underneath is still ancient. The same old hack and slash, run in circles gameplay that we have done 1,000 times before. The magic feels great, flashy, impactful, but the source fight, they still feel clunky. And to be honest, sometimes it's less of an epic battle and more of two guys politely taking turns missing each other. That's the one major flaw the remaster didn't fully fix, and most of the old fans don't get why. Now when you compare it to the modern RPGs, the gap is even more obvious. Take the Witcher 3 Wild Hunt as a comparison. Every swing, every dodge in that game feels heavy, precise, like you're actually fighting for your life. Meanwhile in Oblivion, even with all the updates, your attack can still feel like you are swinging a very determined pool noodle. And then there's the world design. The original Oblivion used what's called a cell-based structure, meaning every dungeon, fort, or even some city section load as separate areas. It was acceptable back in 2006, but come on man, it's 2025, 19 years after the launching, and we are still sitting through the loading screens? Seriously? Those little pauses are still everywhere, totally breaking the flow and killing the immersion. After playing something like Elden Ring, where the world is seamless and uninterrupted, going back to loading screen every few minutes feels painfully outdated. That's the word. So what's the final word on the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion Remastered? Is it a good game or a bad one? Honestly, it's a good game, because the developers knew exactly what they were doing. They didn't try to reinvent Oblivion or rebuild it from scratch. They took a legendary experience, one that defined an entire generation, make it beautiful and playable again. They fixed the faces, they fixed the leveling, they fixed the movement, and for the first time you can dive back into this world without it feeling broken or outdated. But most importantly, the soul of the game is still there. The chaotic humor, the weird unforgettable NPCs, that endless freedom to live any life you want in Cyrodiil. We say this remaster works because it understands what makes Oblivion special. The magic never needed to be rebuilt, it just needed a fresh coat of paint to shine again. So yeah, Oblivion Remastered proves that even old magic can still feel new again. But now, I want to know what you think. Have you already gone back to Cyrodiil to relive the chaos yourself? Or are you still deciding if this remaster worth your gold coins? Tell us which side you are on, nostalgia or modernization. Write down in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the show, hit that like button and subscribe for more honest take on the game that shaped us. I'm Billy and this is Good Game or Bad Game. Thanks for watching, I will see you again in the next one.